Florida's on high alert tonight as Hurricane Idalia, now a Category 2 hurricane, takes aim at the state's Gulf Coast. The storm is packing dangerous winds and potential for life-threatening storm surge and flooding. Radar shows the storm upgraded within the last hour with winds that are now clocking at 100 miles per hour, churning across the Gulf of Mexico. It is expected to intensify to a Category 3 before making landfall in Florida early tomorrow morning. Preparations are underway from Tampa to Tallahassee and beyond. More than 3 million Floridians are under storm surge warnings, many today packing sandbags as a first line of defense against flooding. People are boarding up as well, with raging winds of up to 129 miles per hour forecast if it's a Category 3 strength, as expected. Heavy rains are forecast for the entire state and the region, as this map shows. Governor Ron DeSantis has declared states of emergency for at least 49 of Florida's 67 counties. Evacuations are in full force in at least 22 of those counties. This eerie look at empty state highways, and you'll see that in just a moment, shows that many are in fact heeding the state officials to seek safe shelter. And right now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is giving a news conference from the Tallahassee State Emergency Operations Center on all the hurricane preparations underway. Let's take a listen.
You run from the water and you hide from the wind. If you're there in that storm surge, you're putting your life in jeopardy when it gets to be that high.
That is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis warning everybody to take heed of these evacuation orders. We have complete team coverage of Hurricane Idalia. We begin right now with NewsNation's Stephanie Haines. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Elizabeth, we are in Panacea, Florida. We are right in between the Panhandle and that Big Bend area where that storm is barreling towards right now. And it may look calm behind me, but it will not stay that way for long. The wind has been picking up all day. It is now cloudy. It used to be sunny. And these waves are really barreling towards where I'm standing. That storm surge expected to be well over my head. More on that in a minute. We are in an area that is a mandatory evacuation zone, meaning people need to leave. Now, it's mixed here. There are some people who are leaving. They are boarding up. They are taking out their boats. They are putting everything inside. And there are some people who are deciding instead to hunker down and wait this one out. I spoke to a gentleman who says he's done that for 30 years and he's doing it again and hopes it'll be okay this time. Take a listen.
I don't normally leave. I might regret it, but I try to stay with it.
You're staying here this time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure am.
You hope you're not going to regret it.
Hoping not. You know, it's probably a numbers game. In my neighborhood, we haven't had any destruction in years. Could be that time's running out.
And Elizabeth, I want to point something out to you that gentleman also pointed out to me. This is the height of the storm surge that came through in 2005 for Hurricane Dennis. I'm standing underneath a restaurant, a local restaurant here that's made out of steel and concrete because it was completely destroyed during Hurricane Dennis. I am 5'2". That is double my height. So that is giving you the perspective of how high this storm surge will be and how strong it will be when it takes the land here in Panacea, Florida. Elizabeth, I'll send it back to you.
Stephanie, I'm curious, the mandatory order, aren't mandatory evacuation orders underway there, right? They're only highly recommended evacuation orders?
Yeah, there's mandatory evacuation orders, but nobody's going door to door saying, hey, you need to get out now. Now, this is a very small town. People are looking out for each other. We've been driving around. There's not a ton of activity going on, but the few people we do see are doing last-minute preparations, last-minute drilling, boarding up. But again, everybody else who says, no, I'm going to stick it out, stays hunkered down in their home. And that's the choice that they will make, Elizabeth.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.